Is Samsung finally fixing one of its biggest weaknesses, battery life? Well, sort of. There's a new report from South Korea saying Samsung is working on a new battery upgrade for its Galaxy phones. It's not the next-gen tech fans have been hoping for, but it could still bring noticeable improvements. So what's the deal? Samsung is reportedly switching to a battery component called SUS-CAN. It's made from stainless steel and was developed by Samsung SDI, the company's own battery division. This isn't the silicon carbon battery tech that's been making headlines lately, but it still has some real benefits. For starters, SUS-CAN batteries are supposed to have better energy density, which means more power can be packed into the same space. They also offer faster charging speeds and help reduce battery swelling over time, a problem many users face after months or years of use. To put it simply, you'll be able to charge your phone faster, and your battery will stay healthier longer. That's already a win. Now here's the catch. Apple is already using this battery tech. The iPhone 16 Pro Max has SUS-CAN technology inside, so Samsung is actually a bit late to the party this time. And that's probably why some fans feel underwhelmed by this update. What everyone really wanted to see was Samsung jumping to silicon carbon batteries. This newer tech is already powering phones like the OnePlus 13T, which has a huge 6200 mAh battery packed into a slim design. That's something Samsung's current phones just can't match. Same with Oppo's Find N5, a super thin foldable phone that still manages to pack in a large battery thanks to silicon carbon tech. Meanwhile, Samsung's most recent phones, like the Galaxy S25 Edge, are still using traditional lithium-ion batteries. That means smaller capacities and not much improvement from one generation to the next. So, why didn't Samsung go straight to silicon carbon? It looks like they're playing it safe and going for an incremental step forward instead of a big leap. SUS-CAN is more stable and probably easier to roll out across their upcoming phones. It may not be exciting, but it's still progress. Now, when will we see these SUS-CAN batteries in action? That part's still unclear. Samsung hasn't given any official dates yet, but sources say development is moving along. If things go smoothly, we might see this tech arrive with the Galaxy Z Fold 7 or the Galaxy S26 series, and honestly, any battery upgrade is good news, especially for users who are tired of running out of charge halfway through the day or waiting around forever for their phone to recharge. Foldables in particular need better batteries, since they power larger displays and more advanced features. Of course, this still leaves some fans disappointed. After all, Samsung used to be one of the leaders in smartphone battery innovation. If you're using a Samsung Galaxy phone or tablet, especially a newer one, there's some important news you'll want to know. Samsung is getting ready to release its next big software update, One UI 8, which will be based on Android 16. And this time, the focus is heavily on security and privacy. The features coming with this update could seriously change the way you protect your phone and personal data. Google has already shared some of the key security features that Android 16 will bring, and Samsung is adding its own enhancements on top of that. These new tools are designed to stop scams, prevent fraud, and protect your phone even if it gets lost or stolen. If you've ever worried about your phone falling into the wrong hands, this update might ease some of that stress. One of the major highlights is something called the Advanced Protection Program. It's a new security mode that, once turned on, activates several powerful features to keep your phone safe. The best part? Only you can make changes to it. It requires proper identity verification, which means a scammer or thief can't just walk away with your phone and disable your settings. In the beginning, these protections will work mostly with Google apps, but support for third-party apps will come soon after. That means the apps you use daily, like banking, messaging, and social media, will also get an extra layer of safety. There's also a big improvement when it comes to device logs. Normally, system logs can be changed or even deleted. But with Android 16, secure logs will remain untouched. This way, if someone tries to access your phone or change settings, you'll have a clear record that can't be altered. It's like having a built-in history tracker for suspicious activity. Phone call safety is also getting a boost. Android 16 will block some risky actions during calls, like installing apps from the internet or giving sensitive permissions. This is especially useful because scammers often try to trick people into downloading harmful apps while they're on a call. Now, that trick won't work as easily, and if you've ever used screen sharing during a call, there's a new rule that will protect your banking apps. While screen sharing is on, banking apps from supported banks like Monzo, NatWest, and Revolut in the United Kingdom won't open. This move is aimed at stopping scams where people pretending to be tech support try to access your financial information during screen sharing. AI is also playing a bigger role. Android 16 will use it to detect apps that try to hide or change their identity. It will also help filter out scam messages more accurately, and it can watch for suspicious behavior on your device, all quietly running in the background without needing any action from you. Another major improvement is in theft protection. Is the Galaxy S25 FE actually worth the wait? That's the question many Samsung fans are asking as leaks continue to hint at what's coming next. This upcoming Fan Edition model is expected to land sometime around September or October, and while it may carry some upgrades, there are also signs that a few things might not change at all, and that's got people talking. Let's begin with something that actually looks promising: the selfie camera. Based on the information so far, Samsung is planning to use a 12-megapixel front-facing camera on the Galaxy S25 FE. Now, if that sounds familiar, it's because this is the same camera setup being used in the Galaxy S25, S25 Plus, S25 Ultra, and even the new S25 Edge. Compared to the 10-megapixel front camera on the Galaxy S24 FE, this change might seem small, on paper. But in real-world use, it could be a noticeable improvement. See, megapixels are just one part of the story. What really matters is how the camera performs. And that depends on things like the image sensor, software processing, and smart optimization. If Samsung applies the same level of image processing and software improvements that we've seen in the S25 lineup, then selfies, portrait shots, and video calls could definitely look sharper and more natural. For people who love taking front camera, photos, or making video calls, this is definitely a win. But not everything about the S25 FE seems like an upgrade. When it comes to the back cameras, things appear to be staying mostly the same. Reports say the phone will once again feature a 50-megapixel main rear camera, the same one used in the S23 FE and S24 FE. While that's not a bad thing, since it's a solid sensor and still performs well, the concern is with the other cameras, the ultra-wide and the telephoto. So far, there's no sign that Samsung plans to improve those two. That means wide-angle photos and zoom shots might not look much different from the last two models. And for users hoping to see a big camera boost overall, this could be a bit disappointing. It seems like the focus is on maintaining, rather than improving the rear camera setup this time around. Now, let's talk about the processor, a key part of any phone. Right now, the chip powering the Galaxy S25 FE hasn't been officially confirmed, but rumors suggest it could use the same Exynos 2400E processor found in the Galaxy S24 FE. If this turns out to be true, it might raise some eyebrows. While the Exynos 2400E isn't terrible, it's also not on the same level as the latest Snapdragon chips being used in some of Samsung's more premium models. In day-to-day tasks, it might still run fine. But for gaming, multitasking, or heavy use, the difference in performance could be noticeable. Fans who care about speed and long-term software performance are definitely watching this closely.